Hey, this is Ricky with Real Talk Champ. Starting a new project. This Cutefun DIY miniature house, Fukuoka Mentaiko Kitchen. It's part of the City Walk series, 130 pieces. Time it says 0.5 to 1 hour, ages 14 and up. The model number is CWGA114. The assembled size is 9 by 8 by 10.6 centimeters, ages 14 and up. We are live streaming this on YouTube at Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we'll get down to some shenaniganery in a moment. In the previous episode, we built this little critter right here. The Osaka Takoyaki miniature house, which is based off of like fried octopus material type restaurant, little octopus type place. And we did a full unboxing and tutorial and tools used, etc. And created this critter. No LED lights, just a little palm in the hand, cute little kit. This one here, we'll put this aside. So this will give you an idea of how big these kits are going to be. Each of these kits cost about 20 bucks on Amazon. Links in the description. And we're going to basically build all of these kits, but you know, different days, whatever. So the previous kit took me about 2 hours to build. That one out there, it says half hour to an hour. That's a complete lie. It's going to take you a lot longer than that because you're going to have to file down pieces. You're going to have to modify pieces, etc. You have to wait till glue dries. Nonetheless, I'm going to show you the tools first, and then we'll do the unboxing. And yeah, so you're going to want to use scissors or an xacto blade to cut out parts or manipulate parts. You're going to want tweezers because we are working on miniatures, which is small little objects. So you're going to want to have tweezers nearby, especially if you have big chimpanzee hands like me. You're going to need some type of file so that you can file down parts to make them fit. Most of these kits come with what's called a frost rod. Don't ask me why it's called that. I have no clue. What was that? Equestrian theater kid. Nice. Okay. Howdy there. This came with the previous kit, so I'm going to use it. There may be one in this current kit. Again, it's a file. The blue side here is a heavier grit, while the pink side here is a lighter grit. You'll also need some type of clear drying glue. I happen to be using the B7000, which is for wood and plastic. Be advised that this is a super glue and it needs to be in a well-ventilated area to use it. Otherwise, just use one of these non-smelling Elmer's clear glue. It takes a little bit longer to dry, but they're not that expensive. I got this at Dollar Tree for a couple of bucks. So yeah, these are the tools that you will use. We will unbox this critter. Because there's no LED lights in these kits, you won't have to worry about the 2 AAA batteries that you would need to use in other kits. All right, let's put these other things aside because we're not working on them. So they look similar, but I assure you they're different kits. They're all based on restaurants in Japan as well. Keep the little critter in the background so you can see the one that I finished. That was on the first day. Put our little tools aside here, okay. All right. Again, live streaming on YouTube at Real Talk Chimp, RealTalkChimp. Yay! Like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll get this ball rolling. Okay. So this restaurant is like very similar to the full-size restaurant I built, which is a larger scale, but it is slightly different. Remember, these things are ages 14 and up, and they are chimpanzee proof. Okay, nothing inside the box. We'll put that aside. Start off with this. We have the instruction book, and it's in many languages like English, French, Italian, Spanish, German, and I believe Polish. I think are the different languages that you have. This shows you all the plates that are inside here. So it goes from A, B, C, D, and E. Okay, so there's, yeah. And then the instructions here. Cool. Okay, let's take this out of the little cookie sheet here. So out of the gate, you have the plates that have all the parts on them. And this kit here has 130 pieces. The previous kit had 146. Here's the frost rod that comes with this kit here. We'll put that one aside because we're still using this one here. This one was passed and inspected by somebody. Let's take a look. If you can read that, you are a genius. Okay, now in order to get into this critter, I have no fingernails, so we'll use our critter blade right out of the gate first. Try not to chop off any fingers, preferably. I know I have 10, but I'd like to keep all 10 of them intact on my hand. All right, let's get past this cellophane here. Right out of the gate. Now, I thought we had a loose plate, but it's itty bitty number E, or letter E, or whatever. All right, so we will put the empty critter aside. I put everything back when we finish the kit. Then I save those little boxes. Why not? All right, so right out of the gate, it gave us sassy little tools to punch out these pieces here, and it's also usually in the instructions that will tell you those little doohickers right there that are on E1 are what you use to push out. You know, you can use your fingers to push them out, but sometimes they don't cooperate. So they give you these sassy little tools. And the cool thing about these sassy little tools is it comes with this edge right here. So if you need to connect two pieces together, you can use this little gap right here. Plus, if you need to hold parts together, you can use that little tool, and then this little tool right here used to punch parts out of their plates. Okay, so we'll put these critters in order. Or actually, we'll put them aside. We have an E over here. We have a D over here. And our A over here. Our B over here, and our C over here. Okay, so the history of this type of restaurant is located in the description. I try to do a deep dive on every kit that I do, history, and if it happens to pertain to food or a person or something like that, I try to do as much of a deep dive as I possibly can and write up an article inside there. You can thank my journalism major for that. The silk screening on here is very pretty. Small little kit, but even down to the smallest details, it's very pretty, like the grain in the wood. Lovely. The material itself is it's compressed like cardboard, and they call MDF board, and then on the outside of it, this is actual wood. So imagine just paper thin wood that they use for the outside, so that they can still consider it a wooden puzzle. Why it's considered a puzzle? I think because the way the pieces fit together, it's puzzle-like. But they are 3D miniature model kits. Okay, you got the tools, you got the plates, the unboxing, the tutorial. We will continue the tutorial through the building of the kit, step by step. Again, if you like this type of content, consider hitting that like button. If you like this type of content, consider sharing it with your friends and family. If you like this type of content, consider hitting the subscribe button. I do upload content almost every day. So click the notification bell and yeah, we'll get cracking. Make a little bottle of water here. Okay. Get us some agua to start off. Holy monkey. All right, so right out of the gate, in step one here, it looks like we're building a fish tank. It's the only thing I can think of what this could possibly be. Let's see, can we see it in here? Yeah, so looks like we're building this thing right here, which looks like a fish tank with koi in it. Koi and different types of fish. So you got cod. So the Mentaiko, this word right here, in the description it breaks down to, let me see if I can see it in here. I'll tell you in a moment. Let's open this up. All right. The Mentaiko, the Fukuoka Mentaiko Kitchen miniature house kit is a compact 3D puzzle, yes. The scene brings a traditional Mentaiko kitchen to life. Jars of marinated cod roe lined on the shelves, spicy red pepper motifs, a wooden shop counter, retro signage, ingredient baskets, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, this is basically a kitchen that serves different type of fish items in it. Here, we'll put that there. Different type of fish items. So this aquarium that we're going to build with the koi, the cod, the various fish swimming around, maybe sardines, that would be traditional. You go into most Japanese shops, you go into a lot of restaurants, even Chinese restaurants, have big fish tanks in them. They don't eat the fish normally. Those are for decoration, I hope. So I'm not going to eat no freaking koi, I can tell you that. Right out of the gate, I'm looking for a C1. If you were a C1, where would you be? You would be on the C plate right here. Okay, so right here, we're looking at C1. Okay, we're going to pop that out. It's one-sided, cardboard on the other, one-sided, so we're going to place that there. We're going to look for our C5. See, these I can punch out with my fingers, so it's fine. I can still use the tool. We're looking for a B19. Now, if you watch my live streams, you'll know that when I say certain numbers and put them in certain orders, it'll start to sound like something you've heard before. So I suggest you get your bingo cards out and your battleship game, because someone's bound to get bingo after I call these letters out. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a B19. I have found a B19, just this one right here. So pop that one out. Okay, the orientation shows this direction, so we'll put that like so. A B22, which is here. Okay, the orientation on that shows there. And then a B18, which is right here. Okay, didn't want to break anything there, so let's put that aside, and this shows orientation like this here. So we'll set this up of how it should be placed, we think. Okay, this will be in the middle, like so, like so, like so. Okay, you see that right there. Now we're going to put it together. So we'll start off by taking this piece here and connecting this to it. And remember, if the parts don't fit, you must acquit. If the parts don't fit, then use your file to file them down. If you overfile, use the glue to add as a buffer. Okay. Let's see. All right, so this critter, C5, goes into that slot there, like so. This part seems to be fitting a little wonky, but I'm sure it'll go together once I figure this out. So it's basically just making a three-dimensional box of what it looks like. Okay, this guy here. Nope, I don't see him right, but yeah, I guess it would be because you need to see that part of it. Come on. Come on. So you got slots here, here, and that. The pegs here, here, and here. So connect. I'm very reluctantly, these guys are not cooperating. There we go. Clicky McClicker tins. And we have made a little box. Okay. So I will show you this little thing. We took C1 and connected it to C5. Connected that to B18. Connected the two sides, B22 and what is that, 19. We created a box. A box. Okay. Now it wants us to make a base. So let's get some D parts. Switch places here. So we need a D41, which I see down here. A D40 and a D41. So your D40 is there, your D41 is there. Add game 122. I am building this little kit right here. This would be the Fukuoka Mentaiko Kitchen. This little miniature. That is what I've just started working on. They're little tiny kits. Like this is one I built the other day. This little critter. They can fit in the palm of your hand and take a couple hours to build. So we're just starting out on step one and we seem to be building a fish tank. So we're gonna pull out the D40 and D41. D41 looks like it sits like this, with the D40 sitting like this. A D44, appears to be right here. This appears to be the base of the fish tank. So it'll be sitting like that. We'll move that aside. This guy here will go that way. This guy here will go that way. And a D29 is right here. So it looks like where you would have the motor and the pumps and stuff like that to pump the water into the fish tank. Okay, so we're going to start off by taking the D44 piece right here. We're going to connect the D41, make sure it's orientated like this. There's a nice little click. So this is like the motor and stuff underneath. If you've ever seen fish tanks, they have a big acrylic tank, usually sits on some type of base that has pumps and stuff running underneath. Okay. This little critter here, which is D40, will connect to this side. No. Really, there we go, a nice click, okay. So you can see the outsides of this little contraption. The insides are obviously not going to be seen. The cardboard that's not silkscreen. Then we're going to take the front of this. We're going to turn the peg so it faces downward. Use the two slots here for the two pegs here. Try to connect very reluctantly again without breaking anything. There we go, there's one side. There's the other side. Okay. All right, and showing you what we did there is that. Just that, and now it looks like we're going to connect it together. So we are going to take the two pegs that you see there, and then we're going to connect them to these two outer pieces here. Oh, as well as, pegs there. Front, there. So those two pegs here, those aren't them. Disregard what I said. I'm just going to connect. Nice squish. You can hear it. It's there. So most likely this part you will not see. It will be facing against a wall. So there we go. We just set it on the base. Now when they have numbers like this to the sides, they're referring to the previous steps. Step 1, which was here, that is considered step 1. So going forward, when you see something that we're connecting together, it'll show a number by it. Those are the previous steps. Step 2 was that. So we combined step 1, this one, step 2, which is this one, to make that one. Now, chances are when we come across this again, it'll be called step 3 because it's all combined there. It's okay if it's confusing. It's confusing to my brain as well. All right, so it looks like we're going to build some shelves of doodads. So we'll put the fish tank aside, some agua. All right, so now we're working on step 4. So, son of a mother, father. All right, we got to go rescue the part that dropped on the ground. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back. Things fall all the time in this world. If you had a sandy cat here to pick it up, life would be better. But Sammy doesn't want anything to do with this. Sammy will get nothing and like it. Right, Sammy? All right. And we're back. Oh. Yes, I have chimpanzee hands that are still learning how to do things. All right, D5. That was B, that was C, so D. So we're looking for a D5, which is an itty bitty little thing right here. So we're going to use this critter. All right, take out the D5. I don't know what this is. It looks like a cup. Possibly a cup and something else. Some type of maybe little cup, I don't know. Little porcelain cups or something? I have no idea. We're looking for a D42. A D42, which is one of these little things here. I think they're little shelves, but I cannot be certain. Use our critter for that. So real simple. We have this thing that I cannot focus on. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Nope. We're going to take this critter the way it is orientated, and then we're going to just stick this little critter peg first right into that tiny little slot. Oh, this is small. Okay. Just going to press that together. That's it. A little critter. Put that aside. Okay, and speak of the cat, look who has arrived. He heard me talking about him, so of course he's gonna come out. Are you gonna hang out with us, Sammy, and help me? Appreciate it, thank you. All right, I need a D21. Another itty bitty little thing right there. D21. I mean, to me it looks like a flashlight, but I think it's some type of cup as well. And we need another D42. Okay. Sometimes they'll get stuck on the back of the board and you'll gotta pry it out. Okay, so this one as well. Same shape. Little peg. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna drop that. Nope, didn't want to go. Now let's try it again. Not sure if you could hear that little squish, but okay, put that one aside. Itty bitty little shells. All right, a D4 and a D8. A D4, which is that tiny little thing. A D4. A D8, which is that tiny little thing. The size of these critters still look like a 1/18 size critter. Can still, you know, do stuff and hold things. So if you had any 1/18 scale critters, little architectural people or whatever. All right, D28, which is this brown one right here with the 3 slots. Okay, I'm gonna take that, put that there. So we're gonna connect the D4 with that little peg. Put that into the front little slot, like we did with the other ones. Okay. It's just going to sit like this. And then we're going to take the D8, which is that little peg, put it into that little slot. Like you do. Oh, that one got a nice little squish. Okay. Then we're going to take a D6 and another D42, a D6, which is this little thing here, bottles of something. And the last D42. Same thing, turn it in this direction. Some of the silk screening peeled off right on top there. If you feel willing that you want to go back and use a little brown paint, you certainly can, or you can try to go and find what it got stuck to. Maybe it fell off somewhere. Well, hello, sir. You're already coming here to give us your stamp of approval? Hi. Hi, Sam. Careful where you step. Kitty butt. Sammy, can you please tell everyone to like, share, comment, and subscribe to @RealTalkChamp? Thank you. Okay, last one. Let's get this little critter here. And we'll place it into this little thing. We hope. There we go. That was a nice squish. Okay, so we made a bunch of little critters here. We started off on step 4 with D5 into D42, creating that critter. We put D21 into D42, making that critter. For step 6, we took D4 and D8 and put it into D28, I think, yeah, to make that looking critter. And step 7, we took that little thing into that and created that. So you've got this very tiny little thing, this little tiny thing, these itty bitty things, and then this little tiny thing. Okay, we are going from page 2 to page 3. We are on our way, folks. Looks like we're going to build a cabinet for the critters we just built. So we're going to look for a D36. 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 Right here. It's pointing upwards. So that critter right there. We'll take that. Turn it that way. Then we need a B20. B20. Here's a B20. This looks like a divider of some sort. Okay. So we are going to do this. We are going to take our D36 and combine it with our D20. So we have some slots under here. So let's figure this one out. So this one's got 2. It's got a small peg. Well, I guess it's both the same. It looks different in the thing here. We must have grabbed the wrong piece. Why does that look different? That is B20, right? It is B20. Let's try to figure this out. I don't want to go that way. And it doesn't want to go that way. Okay. I think we have a victim that needs to be filed for the first time. Thank you for the likes. That's really appreciated. Hey, Jaws. My diddling is getting bad here when I gotta sand my diddler. Well, it could be worse. It could be diddler on the roof. Okay, let's try this again. Still not gonna work. How about this side? That side worked. It's a miracle. Okay, we got a little T shape here. Lost a little sass on the sides there. Now we want number 7, which was this critter. So we're going to take that peg and put it into that slot. Now, okay, that one went in there. Then we're going to take D6. I'm sorry, not D6. D's nuts. This critter right here. And drop this into here if it works. That one worked fine because I followed it down. So then you've got a little shelf started here with these critters right here. Okay. And we need a B4. Before you slip into, here's a B4. B4, which is this critter with the red tip on it. Nope, don't want to come out. Okay. Son of a mother father. Okay. So that one goes this way. And a B21. B, which is this one here. Okay. So we put that one like so. Okay, so you want me to do what now? You want me to take this critter, turn it this way. You want me to take this thing and place it on the middle one? That ain't gonna go. Okay, I guess it wants to go in the middle one. Let's try. But it's completely the wrong size. That doesn't make no sense at all. Why would you? How do you figure? You're gonna make me glue it on there? Weird. Why is it facing the wrong direction? That's... See, it says you could take a half hour to build this whole thing. It'll take you a half hour just to put this one piece together. Because they have a square peg that they want me to put into a rectangle. Like, what in the hell are they thinking? It might as well be a square peg into a round hole, because you get nothing in like it. Let's try it now. Still looks completely wrong. Got it, coach, got it. Now the other one, which again is going to be the same dilemma. No, that one actually looks correct. I lied. Oh, okay. You want me to connect it where? To the side here. How do you want me to do that? You want me to take that peg, connect it onto the top slot. With the bottom one into the bottom. Well, that ain't gonna work. We gotta do some more filing, folks. Lucky me. Lucky me. Lucky! By my Napoleon Dynamite soundboard. Start again. Okay, better. Son of a mother father. Oh, got it. Got it, coach. Now we take the last part, the B21. We face it this direction. So we connect this peg. This is a tricky one. And that peg right down there will go into this little slot, while this slot up here will house that peg. So like so. Son of a mother, father. Holy monkey, jello and rice. That is one wonky thing. Okay, speaking of wonky, this is the disaster that we just spent hours on, it seems like. We took D36, we could not fit B20 into it, so we sanded it down, made it fit. Couldn't fit it down into this one, so we sanded it down, made it fit. Then we stuck that gizmo into that one. It didn't want to cooperate, sanded it down, made it fit, and then we created that sort of T or I shape. Then we went on over here, the disaster that just took 17 hours. Look, it's lovely snowy owl from New Zealand. New Zealand. I can't do New Zealand. We connected the B4, the two critters, into the middle. You see where the blue outlines are because there are 4 slots on here. We put it into the middle ones, the two critters, parts 4 and 5. That is part 8. And then we added B21 to that side to create that, which is, huzzah! Almost exact size. Look at that. Okay, now we're going to continue on and add some more sass to it. So we're looking for a D26, which appears to be right here. A D26. Okay, and then we were going to take this D26 one side here. We're going to connect it to the top of this thing. So it's going to fit. We hope. We may have to use the power of the teeth. Do we get it? Guess it's on there. It's not on there great, but it's good enough. Then we're going to take a D25, which is here. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Did you want to go outside? Did you want to go outside, Sam? Is that why you're standing at the door looking at me? Okay, we're going to take the D25, and with that peg, we're going to put it into that slot. We lost a little of the silk screen on this one. Holy spicoli. Oh. We're going to have to use the power of the teeth. Okay. Don't ask me what that is. I have no idea. And we are going to take a B2, a B as in boy 2. I'll open that door in a moment, Sam. Here is a B2, which looks like a vase with some flowers in it. A little vase here. That is a B2. A vase with some little cherry blossoms, it looks like. Very little cherry blossoms in here. Right, mate. Where are we putting this? We are putting this with the peg here, Peggy 18. We're going to stick that into the slot right there. Lovely snowy owl, New Zealand ? I'm from Scotland. I've no idea if you're joking or not. If you're joking, sorry for taking it literally. I don't know. I thought somewhere you wrote New Zealand on one of your texts, so maybe that was Jaws T. Somebody, I don't know. Scotland. Okay, something. I put this plant in here, this plant vase, and it kicked out this wall and turned it that way. So I'm going to think I put it in the wrong side, and I would be correct. So we're gonna tear this out of here somehow. There we go. And we're gonna rotate it. Now it should keep the wall in the correct spot. Scotland! My Scotland accent, I'm sure, is not good. Okay. The Scottish area. I want to hear your dialect there, lovely snowy owl. You got to record something for me so I can click play and listen to it. What am I doing? Okay. What else do we have to do here? We have to take a D4. So it's a little boombox. It is a boombox. I'm sorry, it is D4, right? What number is it? D24? Why does it have no number by it? Weird. Did you people forget to silkscreen a number? How bizarre, how bizarre. So I don't see another D24 anywhere. It has to be, okay, so it's not labeled as D24, but it's the little boombox right there. So, oh, I see. I thought it was a little boombox, but it's this whole little grill front. So here's D24 right there. So it's this whole piece. It's a boombox attached to like a faceplate of the cabinet. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. So now we will take that opening slot there, those down yonder, and we'll connect them onto peg there with these two pegs here. So very reluctantly. Oh, why would you? Okay. I was like, oh my God, this whole piece is falling off here, but it's just extra flashing. So we could put that in the empty box. You may need that for something in case something breaks. So always hang on to your extra flashing. Extra plate material, I guess. All right, I think we're gonna have to use the power of the teeth. There we go on that one. Oh, I see. Come on, you need to connect. There we go, nice and squishy. Okay. All right. I will show you this whole little sassy mess I just created. So we started on number 8. We took D36. Remember all that sanding crap that I had to go through to put D20 and number 7. Number 6 we connected and made the eye shape. From there, we went over here and we put one side on, connected some more stuff to that, put another side on, and then we made the little shelfy McShelferton thing, which was this right here. We came over here and we added a D26. So I think the little red number 1s here indicate that there is red. I'm sorry, what's that? Oh, I think he's upset. Hang on, I gotta open the door. Mr. Angry Sammy is demanding to go outside. Okay, crazy butt. I will open the door and let you out. How dare I not open the door for King Sammy? How dare? How dare I not open that door for you? What was I thinking? What was I thinking? That you would come out of your slumber and demand to go outside. And now you're just standing at the door. You demanded I let you out, and now you're just standing at the door, wanting to come in? I'm so confused. Okay, put phone back on ourselves. Let us read. It's not a bad take on the accent. I have heard much worse. Well, my accent isn't super Scottish, but I definitely don't sound British, though. I might post something on my channel, not 100% sure on it, though, but I might one day if I say, hey, fluff it, okay? Cool. It is looking great, though. You have much more patience than I when it comes to things like that. You know what? I don't know if it's patience or of when I'm not on the live stream, I'm screaming so all my neighbors hear me. Screaming and crawling into a fetal position while screaming. Keeping all the swear words to me, of course. Yeah, Sammy does. I mean, yeah, between the house. Because I have the air conditioning on, sir. I have the air conditioning on because it's 9,000 degrees in here. And now you want me to open a freaking window and let in a 9,000, 10,000 more heat from the outside inside? What, were you raised in a barn? Of course you were. You're a cat. Why would I even go there? All right, where the hell was I? So over here, you connected the red onto red onto red, and I think that's what those numbers are. Then I put the plant in the vase in that little slot, but then I screwed it up because it bent the wall. So it rotated it, put it the correct way. And then I saw that I needed to put D24, but I couldn't find it because I'm kooky in the brain. Found that it was connected to the whole plate because I didn't read the instructions because I'm kooky in the brain. I took that, I connected it where it says it needs to be connected. And then I made one of them things. So one of them things is this thing right here. So red. So I assume those things on top are the buttons on the top of that boom box right there. So the neat thing is we know that this is not ancient, maybe 1970s with the boom box, because most people use MP3 players and whatever, Pandora or Spotify nowadays. So we have to assume this is an older, maybe 70s or 80s. Even though it's an Edo period, the type of architecture, but as far as the restaurant itself, it's an older style restaurant. Yeah, I used to have a little, like when I played video games, I used to have a little bleep box because I swear quite a lot. In fact, if you notice most of my banners on my site say mature channel, I do that even though I know every child that's out there is listening to far worse words from their parents than what comes out of this foul-mouthed chimpanzee. But nonetheless, because I care for the child's not to have potty mouths and be like their rotten chimpanzee counterpart, that I would like to not use potty words if I don't have to, but they will slip out, I assure you. I get Tourette syndrome every time I build one of these little critters or paint one of them freaking pictures, so yeah. What am I doing? Oh, that's right, I'm building a model kit, that one right there. Okay, I'm back now. All right, looks like we're gonna build some little stools. So let's go and grab us an E6, lovely little pattern. Looks like we're gonna make 2 of them. Let's put our spectacles on so we can see. Here it is, okay. So E6, yeah, it says right there, 2 times dose. So we're gonna take both of these E6s here, put them next to each other because, okay, so we'll put one dar and one dar. Then we need an A18. A18, okay, so we're gonna have multiple sets of, so A18 and A19, here's A18, these two here, A19, which is here, except the numbers are upside down. A19, so one will go to each chair. So we'll take an A19, put that one there, another A19, put that one there. We'll flip it around and grab the A18s. Oh, don't break. Wow, these do not want to come out of here. Oh, no, it broke. Son of a mother father. Why do these have to be so freaking delicate? All right, let's see if we can put these together here. So the A18 goes over the A19 like so, making a little like tripod-y type thing, a quadripod. And then you put the little seat where you sit on top of said critter. That was easy, okay. So you'll notice there's a longer leg on one of these. That's the part that's going to go into the ground. So we'll put that over there. Same thing, we'll take the slightly bent A18, put the A19, it's an A shape, straight through. Come on. So remember I told you on our dingus, our doohicker, this little thing that you punch the parts out with, it has a little end. It's a tool. You can use it to push parts down so that they connect. Okay. Then you can take this little critter, and let's see, turn it the correct way. Turn it the correct way. No. And we're doing some filing. We're doing some filing because it did not fit. Uh-oh, don't fall apart. Don't you fall apart on me, sir. Oh, it broke. This one's going to have to be glued. Oh, you son of a mother, father, sister, and brother. You asked for some foul words, you got them, sister, brother, and uncle. All right, so we are going to be gluing this chair together. I always break chairs. It's just like, it just happens to be that way. It has to be that way. You will break every chair because it just has to be that way. Yeah, I don't think this one's going to work at all, being all busted up. Holy mother of monkey jello. Can we even somehow straighten that out? Just so I can put this butt on here. Okay, definitely required filing. Okay, so we're going to take all that. Let's take our glue. Let's try to glue this back together. Spot. Not looking good for the home team. We're going to leave that there so we can dry. Things are going to break, especially little miniature things with gigantic chimpanzee fingers. Okay. Well, I'll show you what I did after I broke at least one of them. We took the E6, the A18 and A19, that's what busted in there to create two of these little stools. Okay, now we are going to build a sign. So the sign that you see right here, we're going to build that little gizmo right there. Okay. Whoo, that's some stinky glue. So we're looking for a D13. That's C. That's D. Looking for a D13, which is right here. Why does it seem odd that we're doing the sign right now? We still have tons of things to build. We need an A10. A10 Fairchild. A10, which is a little thing right there, a dingus. It's one of the dingus things. There we go. Oh, I need to go as it is midnight. Need to go get to bed now. Everything is looking amazing. I wish you the best. Bye. All right, lovely Snowy Owl. I appreciate you hanging out. Thank you very much for coming by and correcting me on the New Zealand / Scotland. Scotland. Speaking of Scotland. No, speaking of Scotland, I don't know. Okay, what am I doing? I am taking the little end, putting it into the big end somehow. Oh, my Lord. This kit does not like things to fit properly. So be prepared to do a lot of filing. Oh, please don't break. Thank you, sir. All right, so we just made a little stand with a fishy on it. Okay, that was basically just this part right here. Number 12, D13, A10, created that. So now we're gonna build one of these awning roof side pieces. So we are looking for a D9. That's A. D9, here we go. D9, D9, here we go, D9, pointing to this one here. Okay, we will put D9 like so. We will look for a D11 and a D10, which is right here, some funky looking shapes. And we will do our best not to break them. Okay, so we will take the D11. You want the non-painted side towards us. We will place it into this gap, like so, and do that to the D10 as well. The non-painted side facing inward. Oh, this one reluctant. Like so. You see how the weird shape is? These bent shapes go forward towards us. We'll put that there. We need a D12 times 2, which is here, little lanterns. These are the type of things that I would stick an LED light in. But this kit does not come with LEDs, so. All right, so it wants us to take the little hole there. So this is like a handle. That's like a little handle on the lamp. And put it that into there. so it's a dangly thing. There was a nice squish there. Okay, let's get the other one. Nice squish there. There we go. They don't dangle very well, but they're sitting in a weird angle, but I guess that's how it's supposed to be when it's sitting against the wall like this. Okay. So what I just did was I took that critter, I connected these two critters onto here. Then I added the two lamps, handle first to the little dingus's pegs sitting up to create that guy. Okay, I'll put that aside. We'll work on this next part, which is another sign. So we're basically working on this sign right here. That thing right there is with those was this thing that we just made. It's like right to scale. So we're looking for B8. B8. Here is B8. And we need two E3s, which are those little nails that I always talk about. E3s. The little nails. Well, actually, those were E5, so disregard that. We're going to go with these guys right in here. Let's try it this way. E3. There we go. Okay. So you get red ones in case these guys go flying, which on occasion they have done for me. They have gone flying. Okay. I have lost one. I have one. Where'd the other one go? Son of a mother, father. Oh, that's why we have extras. Okay. Let's figure out how this goes on here. So we have a T shape. The peg is going to go forward. So the peg will go horizontal into the sign. Well, I can already tell it's not going to fit because that peg is extremely wide compared to the slot that it has to go into. This is going to take forcing. Okay. Same with the other side here. Just like that. Into that slot. Oh my goodness. Okay, going to require some forcing again, but try not to break it. Come on, sir. Got it. I heard the snap going in, so that's good. Larger end is facing outward. Okay. There is the sign. Translation, please. So it'll sit like so. Okay, so came down here and we put these two E3s into the sign, the B8. Which shows you that the red one is the extra one. The other one will show up eventually. It's either on the floor, in my lap, or it flew away somewhere. Little parts fly away. Okay, now we're going to build something else here for step 15. Not sure what it is yet, so we'll... Oh, there it is. See, I told you. I told you it would show up. It launched itself underneath one of these other parts. We'll put that there. Probably going to need to use that. We need an A12, which is here. An A12, we need to turn it this way. So we need an E5, which is the E5 I was telling you about before. More nails. So how many do we need? We need one, okay. So we need one E5 stuck to the back. Place that down. So that E5, fat side first. I am body shaming this little tiny thing. But see, it has a fat side and a skinny side. So we're going to take the fat side first and we're going to put it down into said slot. Make sure it's facing horizontal. Okay. Yes, I am body shaming this little piece right here. See how the peg faces us? The other side goes into slot. Now we need a D7, which looks like a menu. A D7. Here is a D7. It's either a menu or a mailbox. Not sure. Or just a sign. So it has an open slot. We're going to put that peg that we just created into that. It's supposed to be like a hanging thing, like hanging on a door. And I'm going to try to squish it on here. Oh, it's pushing it out. And I'm going to have to say it, we're going to need the power of the teeth. There. Tastes terrible. I don't suggest you eat this. It has a foul chemical smell and taste. But sometimes you may require the power of, you may require the power of the teeth to get parts to work. Wow. It does not want to go. I don't want to break it. Got it, coach. I used the power of the fist. Ancient Chinese secret. All right. So what I did was I took that piece there. I put the dingus into there. Then I put the sign onto the dingus. And that is what I got. This is what I got. Let's flip it around so it makes sense. And guess what, folks? I screwed it up. So lucky you, we get to start all over again. Okay, well, luckily it's still on there. We will rotate it the correct way, which is this way. We shall place it back inside said gizmo. Yay, now it fits better. And there you have it. Whew. We're almost an hour and 15 minutes in. So again, well, it says 0.5 to 1 hour. We have beaten that record. That's page 4. We're going to go on to page 5. Looks like we're going to make a facade here. Okay. So we're going to take B1. Son of a mother, father, I got the hiccups. You know what that means. It means I have the hiccups. All right, here is B1. But B1 is connected to other plates that will need to pop out. So we'll get B1 out of here. Then we'll take this plate that's no longer needed. Put that in the tray. Then we'll take this plate, which is no longer needed, because we already used those pieces. Put that into the tray. Oops, come back. And now we have this piece. So we're going to start off by taking our fish sign, according to this, our fishy sign with the little peg. And we're going to put it right into that slot right there. Just going to squish it on there. It doesn't feel very secure to me. So before we get to the end of this kit, I'll probably add a dab of glue in there to secure it down. Okay, now we're going to take this gizmo that we made, and we have the pegs here and here. They're going to be placed into, this is a little tricky because there's a bunch of squares, but you'll see that opening there, that opening there. So we're going to try to put, without breaking. Oh, one side's in, the other side is in. Okay, good. Okay. Then we're going to take the other thing that we made, which was this gizmo, which also has those dingus pegs that we placed inside there. We're going to force them into that spot there. That spot there. Honestly, I think I would have put this one in first before this one, but we'll try it. Try it. A little tricky. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. That one does not want to click in place. Oh my Lord. Nope, not going. Can we pull this out without breaking it? Well, one side. Wow, what is going on here? We are doing some filing. Try it again. That side squishes, no problem. There we go. Okay, and then we gotta put this guy back on. Got some flashing stuck in here. Flashing is now out. Put this guy back together, like so. This guy in here. Okay. Some pushing. Okay, think we're good. Think we're good. And then we need an E15, which was this guy here. This guy is going to flip this door around. So this critter is going to go where? Okay, so right here. And that little slot right there and that slot right there, we're going to take this critter that we made. We're going to try to push it inside here. And we're not going to be successful. So we got to do some filing. Somebody is pounding on my door. Talk amongst yourselves. I assume it is solicitors. I shall be back. Sammy, you're supposed to be growling. Just a moment. Okay. I do for you? No, I'm just a renter. Oh, gotcha. No, they live somewhere else. Okay. All right, bye-bye. Doing a subpoena for the landlord. So I am not the landlord. I am just a renter. All right, where was I? Putting parts together. That's right. Okay. So that one worked better by filing it down. We squish those two together. So I guess when you enter the door, you get to see that thing. Make sure that's on correctly. That is on correctly. Okay, so what I did was we connected the sign, the fish sign that we did in the previous page, to the wall. We connected the roof with the little lamps to the wall. Then we connected this bottom sign to the wall. Then we flipped. Oh, well, actually, it shows you the completed part of this one. Then we took this kind of like doorway piece. We connected it. We took this and we flipped it around so that we had this side facing this way, and we connected that doohickey. And all together is this. It's all together. All together now. Yeah. Okay, so that is completed. Let's move down onto building this thing. C12 times 2. Here is C. C12 times 2 are these little cross-shaped dinguses. So we'll pop these out. I have a sign on my door that says no soliciting. But they solicit all the time. I don't understand. C13. Just this thing. It looks like maybe a menu board or something. I don't know. Okay. So we are going to put these little T's. Okay. So these T's are special though. Again, I got to fat shame the T's. They have a wider side to the left than the right. A wider side to the top than the bottom, but it is the thinner side with the wider side facing that direction that's going to go into the back of this sign. You would think. There we go. Like so. Not all wonky, of course, I just don't have it. There we go. I know it looks strange. It looks like somebody threw a tomahawk into this thing. It's a weird shape. That's the shape that they wanted on there. Okay. Same thing with this one here. Let's see, how do we do this? It's very tricky. To face the same way. So I have this one should be going onto this other side here. No. This makes no sense. They face the wrong way. Okay. So that one there goes this side. Oh my Lord. Like so. Painted side facing us. Same thing with this one. It's cardboard side and painted side. Painted side towards us. Okay. So there's the cardboard side, there's the painted side. Okay. So what I did was I You see the orientation of these shapes? These little crosses? See how I said there's a larger side to the right, then to the left, a larger side to the top, then the bottom? So you want to connect that smaller side into the sign on both sides with the paint facing us so that you get something like this. Okay, put that aside and we'll move on. This is Ricky live streaming on YouTube at Real Talk Champ. That's RealTalkChamp. This is a general build of this little building here from Cutefun, a DIY miniature house. The Fukuoka Mentaiko Kitchen, little restaurants from the City Walk series, 130 pieces. Forget about what the time says here. To make it, it's ages 14 and up. It's model number CWGA114. And yeah, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll continue building this critter for you. All right, so step 18 requires me to get an A8 wall, a wall that's A8. Here is A8. We'll be turning it this way. I've got some flash stuck on here. Some flash stuck on the bottom. I always keep that stuff. You never know when you're going to need it to balance stuff. All right, so as we're looking at this, we have a peg off to the right and left, down to the right, and then we have slots here. Okay, we do have some flashing that got stuck in some of the decorations, so I'm going to pop these out. Okay. All right, so the sign that we built in the previous page, they want us to put in these two slots here. That's squished in there, lovely. Oh, I see, it sits at an angle. So that's cute. Those lines that you see on here are orientation lines. They're on all the kits. They generally tell you about direction and such. All right, we need a C2 and an E5, so we're making another sign. So a C2, a C2. C2. Oh, it's a fish. Couldn't tell what this was. Is that what it is? C2? C2. It's this fish. Swordfish. Don't want to break it, but I may break it because it's so teeny. It is a swordfish, I guess. And an E5, which is another dingus. These little nails. A dingus. Whenever I refer something to a dingus, generally it's going to be one of these little nails, little pegs that they put to hold up signs. Looks like a nail. I guess it's supposed to be like a nail. All right, so the large end of the dingus goes into the wall. It's got a little flashing on it. Try so you can see what I'm doing. Oh boy. Come on. Okay. Use my nails to push that in. And then the little fishy. Oops. Little fishy. Okay, so they want the fishy to look like it's hanging from an object. Like so. I don't know if it's a swordfish or if it's got something in its mouth like a hook and it's hooked to the wall. I'm not really sure on that one. But basically what we did was this. We took this wall face. We added the sign too. And we added this fishy with a peg to the wall. And we made this. Sorry for the glare. Little wall. Okay. So I think our chair has solidified there, so we're going to leave it there. There's the wall that we made, the extra dingus, that little doohickey, this little wall here. All right, so we're going to make some more shelves, it looks like. So we're going to go with a C10 and a C4. A C10. C10, which is a stack or row of bottles. Don't want to come out. C4, which is this little shelf right here. Okay. And we're just going to orientate the shelf like this so the peg faces away from us. Then we're going to just connect the peg underneath these bottles into that slot, like so. Okay. So it was a very simple little snap together there. C10 into C4, creating that. So it looks like at the end here that you have a stack of bottles, various bottles, aluminum bottles and glass bottles, and then a picture sitting in a picture frame. Can't really see what that is, but it's something. Okay, so now we're going to stick the things. Nope, we need a different wall, it looks like. Okay, so we need an A1. An A1 wall, which is here. Careful taking it out because there's a lot of things around it. Okay, we have an A1 wall. We're going to be adding a bunch of things to it. So we need E5, we need some more dinguses. We need 3 E5s. Okay, so we need 1, 2, 3 dinguses. 3 dinguses. And we are going to place these dinguses in various spots, and we're going to be hanging stuff. Again, the fat side goes into the wall, while the skinny side faces outwards. So we'll put 1 dingus here. Oh, okay, good. I thought it broke. Then we're going to put another dingus. Flashing stuck on it. This dingus in this wall here. Perfect sound. The last dingus going into this little slot here. This one's trying to be a little tricky on me. Oh, you little rotten monkey. That's about the best. Okay, so we stuck a dingus here, here, and here. 3 little dinguses sitting in a tree. Kissing. All right, so now we need a D15. A D15. D15, which is here. Looks like a ceiling fan. Not a ceiling fan, sorry. A wall fan. it is. D15. Like an oscillating wall fan, maybe? It's very hard to see. It has a strange shape underneath it. I cannot see what this is. I can't tell if it's a fan. Yes, it's an oscillating fan. Look at that. Three-dimensional. You can see the shadow painted on each of the blades. Very cool to give it a three-dimensional look. This bottom part is a cord hanging off of it. That faces downward. So it sticks onto the first one, which is the first one here. Should just press on there. Okay. Pressed on there. Little oscillating fan. The next one is a C11, which is the sign here. This one here goes on the center one here, right there. Let's turn it around, because the fishy's got to face a certain direction. Yes, fishy's got to face a certain direction here. Okay, that's good. That one fit on there pretty good. The fishy's facing upwards, the fishy's mouth, spitting out water or whatever. Okay, and then the last one is a C3, which is a curtain. It's like a curtain with a curtain rod. And that one's going to go above this door. So this is giving you the impression that this is a doorway, that you're looking inside of it. It doesn't actually go through to anything, but it's just giving you an idea that there's something there. So like if you're playing like old video games and they don't want to do an interior to the building, they just paint it right on the front. It's basically the same thing. So hopefully we can get this on here without filing. Perfect, it's squished on there. Something, little fishies hanging, it's painted on there. Little fishies hanging on the outside of this. Okay, and then we want to put the shelf that we made just before this shelf with the bottles in the picture, taking that peg and sticking it into that slot right there. Nice squishy sound. And that's it. So we're leaving a gap here. Gaps on over here, so we'll be doing that, must be later. All right, so let's give you the heads up of what we did again. We started off with number 18. We took A8, which was this wall. We added a dingus to it and a sign, and we stuck it in that slot. Then we took the sign that we originally made on the previous page, stuck it to the wall, giving you this. Then we came down here and we made this little shelf. Then we came down here and we got this A1 wall. We put 3 dinguses inside of it. Dingus, dingus. Little pins into the various spots. Then we stuck the ceiling fan onto the first one. The picture of the fishies onto the second one. And then the curtain onto the third one above this facade of a door. Then we took that shelf that we made over here and we placed it into the wall here to give you this beautiful like little facade right here, which is right here. Okay, we're completed that page. If you like this type of content, consider hitting that like button. Share at Real Talk Chimp with your friends and family. Chat with me. I love it when you communicate with me. I hate sitting here by myself feel like I'm all alone building a model kit for nobody. So if you chat with me, they know that you're watching the stream. You can type the number 1. You can hit this little doohicker here and make sassy little hearts come up or whatever. Like lovely Snow Owl that was here, and Jaws T, as well as Ad Game 122, who was hanging out, as well as Equestrian Theater Kid hung out. All right, so now we're going to build some more sassy things. First, we're going to get some agua. So we need D20. Looks like we're going to be messing with some sushi or some type of food. Here is a D20. Whatever is on there looks lovely, and now I am hungry. That's the one thing about, when you go to the supermarket on an empty stomach, you're going to buy the whole supermarket up. Even though you have a list, you're still going to buy everything in there because you're hungry. We're going to look for a D19, which is another dingus shaped thing. A D19, which is here. It's angled dinguses. So there's one with one extra. So let's take the one right here. Okay, so we got this dingus. We're going to take this dingus here. And we got a weird shaped dingus on this one here. Check this one out. It's a weird shape. So that forward nose, you know what this looks like? It looks like those head that are on Easter Island, with the big nose, and that's the head, and that's the part that sits in the ground. There's a word for that, and my brain's not working at the moment. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it because that's why my brain goes off on a tangent. What are the heads on Easter Island? The Rapa Nui. The Moai. The Moai. So the Rapa Nui people are the ones that coined the phrase, the Moai. Which are those? See? See how that, let's get the glare off of there. See that face right there, that shape? Come on now. Isn't that it? It's a little mouth. And the nose. Okay, see, my brain is elsewhere, people. You got to help your chimp come back to reality here. Or he's going to do gizmo-y things like this and break people's brains, I guess. I don't know. All right. I'm going to take the little moe here, the moai, and stick the nose where it doesn't belong. Put it into the fishy face. So I got to make sure it's facing the correct way. Yes. This part's going to go into here. So the moai dingus. Not cooperating. Wow, it was really not cooperating. There we go, come on. Go into your nice squish. And we're going to take a D31, which is a base, which is right. Sure, all these numbers are clustered together. There's a D31. The D31 is there, and it's this piece right there. That'll be the base of our moe dingus. Okay, it's going to face this way. This little dingus is going to go on here. It's not going to go on here. It's going to go on here. Okay. Put that aside. We're building a box. All right, we need a D22, which is right here. Another dingus with a mouth on it. Okay, we're going to take this dingus, flip them upside down, and it's going to go at this weird angle here. It's going to go into this peg. It's going to go into this peg. Like so. And then we're going to get one for the other side, which is a D23. Which is here. Another moe dingus. Like a stand to hold this critter together. Okay, triangle goes to the right. Nose goes that way. Okay, so sorry if we're having big phalanges. Guess that's the best way it's gonna go. Okay, it looks like a half of a house. That would be the doorway, that would be the slanted roof. And you got some pegs there. Okay, now we need a D30, which is here. Now, we're gonna put that onto the back. We're gonna have the cardboard facing us with the peg facing down. That is gonna go on these back pegs here. Nice squish. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to take an A9. A9. 9 times. We have an A9 here, which has decoration on it. A9. The front of this box. A9. Make sure the symbol of the circle or whatever that is, the cherry blossom, faces to the right. Okay. So we have our little box. We have the 2 pegs here. We're going to go into the slots here. Line them up here. Squish that on there, lovely. Okay, that's that. Whew, all that nonsense started off right here. The D20 onto the moe dingus, the D19, that looked like the Easter Island head. Down onto the D31, that plate. And then we took the plate and we added the 2 small little houses on the side here, the little house-shaped things on the side. We added the D30 for the back and the A9 for the front and created this little tray with the stuff in it. Check that little critter right there. Okay. Now we're going to come down here. We're going to make this another moe from the Rapa Nui. Another one of those shapes. You know that looks like an Easter Island head, even though it's just a dingus. A B3. A B3. So a B3. Here is a B3. Okay. So we're going to take our B3 and an A13, which is right here. I'm going to take this little piece of flash off. We don't need that. This guy doesn't want to get stuck to the back here. Okay. So we're going to take our little Rapa Nui moe dingus with nose forward into the back of this little critter here. We're going to try it. Okay. Nice little squish. Nose is in its place. You want to make sure that this little white corner down here is facing us, facing down. Okay, that was another really simple. Really simple. We took the little dingus, the A13 dingus, ran the nose side into the back of the B3, which we came out with this, which is this. Put that aside. All right, now we're making a shelf here, a corner shelf. So we're gonna look for a C17. You sank my battleship! See, I told you somebody's battleship was gonna go. I haven't heard a bingo card yet, so. All right, C17, which is right here, this angled piece. Okay. And this stays like so. So we're gonna take the thing that we made a moment ago. We're gonna put that into the first spot. That was a nice little squish. Hey, Sammy. We're gonna take our little box of sushi or whatever we made. And has a little peg at the bottom. And that is going to be placed into the second slot. Okay. It's not very steady on there, but okay. Then we are going to take an A6. A6, which is right here. What on earth could that be? I do not read Japanese. I could not tell you. Konnichiwa, domo arigato. That's the Japanese you're going to get. That goes on this little slot. Nice little squish click. And then we're going to take an A14, which is this little gizmo right there, which I cannot tell what that is. It looks like a soy sauce. Soy sauce and maybe like a little ginger or something. That's going to go onto the first slot here, like so. Yeah, it looks like a soy sauce. Okay, and an A3. This A3, which is a plate of something. I don't know what that is. It's like a little sandwich, but I'm not certain. The peg here is going to go into the second slot. That one didn't make a sound. Oh, there we go. That was like all ninja-like. I'm going to take an A4. That little critter right there, like stack of pancakes or something. Not sure. Looks like an egg-a-movie muffin. What movie is that from? Dogma. You are correct. Goes into that slot right there. Nice squish. And one last one, a D14. Just right here, a couple of boxes of stuff. All right, with this peg. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And it's gone. Oh, it's right here in my lap. Got it. I got it, coach. Rescued. That will be going into the last slot right there. Or not. Definitely not. Okay. Like so. All right. What the hell did we just work on? Okay, so we came down to step 23 and we stuck the step 22, which is that critter, into the first slot. Then step 21, which is that critter. We put that one into that first slot, left that gap open. Then we took an A6, put it into the third slot. Then we rotated the board. We put in the A14, which was a little soy sauce and something. Then we took the A3, put it into that slot. The A4 down into that slot. The D14 into that slot, and we created this. A shelf of goodies. A shelf of goodies. And we are completed page 7. Moving on. We are making more shelves. Yay. All right, we need a D38. A D38. Here is a D38. Okay. Another thing of stuff. All right, we're looking for a D16. We have found a D16. Right here, little boxes of things. D16 goes into the first slot. Nice little squish. Somehow those things are floating in the background. Cool. A D17, which is, since we're doing a D18 as well, your D17 is there, your D18 is there. So we're going to take our D17 first. Put it into second slot. Squish. And our D18. Looks like a bunch of jars of something. Maybe they're jars of clay. And they go into the third slot. And that is what we made right here. D16, 17, and 18 onto the D38 shelf. Makes a shelf of stuff. A shelf. You see some of the silk screening kind of coming off right there. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to remove it. Okay, we're going to take that shelf that we created and add it to a B16. B16. Here's a B16. B16. Okay, so we make sure that the peg here is facing upwards. We connect the shelf onto those two slots. Okay, a little piece of flashing flew off. Oh well, it's fine. Okay, that is right here. So now we're going to take a B17, which is here. We are going to connect this little dingus here, not dingus, this little peg, we are going to connect it here into this slot, which is on the back side of this, to this slot here. Kind of like a divider. There we go. Okay, and then we are going to connect it to our shelf. So it's going to go on here. So we have the inside, two little slots here and there. We'll connect onto peg there and peg there. So we will go with the inside of this thing. Try to connect it. Some snappy McSnapper tins. There we go. Make sure that stays on there. Okay. So put that there for a moment. So what I did again was did that there. Became that. Then we connected it to the little back part. Then we put a divider in there. Then we took that whole contraption here and connected that shelf from the previous page onto said little critter. And that's what we got. So it's a counter. Somebody would stand behind that counter, I would assume. Don't make an ass out of you and me, but yeah. So not fitting totally together, as you can see some gaps underneath there, but it is what it is, what it is, what it is. Okay, we'll put that aside. Just want to go down and make a shelf of other goodies. So we'll look for a C21, which is right here. C21, facing it that way. We need a D34. D34. Here is a D34. We're going to connect the D34 to the first slot. Okay. Then we're going to take a D32. Oh, we broke our dingus. That's okay. We've got mail. Another one. You've got mail. Right? That's why God gave you two. Or Buddha. Or Allah. Or Muhammad. All right, we're going to take that. Put it there. Or Jeremiah, or whatever his name is. Okay. So that's what we created. Another little shelfy McShelfer tins. So that was this here. C21 with C34. They look like the C's candy of sushi or something. Like you can buy boxes of the stuff inside the boxes. It looks lovely, making me very hungry. So we created that, which is this right here. Okay, so give me a moment before I move on to the next page here. I need to do a little stretching. We are 2 hours in. 2 hours to make a half-hour model kit. There's no way. They need to erase that whole, oh, it takes a half hour to build. Yeah, I don't think so. All right, so give me just a moment to stretch. I will be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Entertain them, Sammy. Go up there and entertain them. Stay back there, Sam. Good boy, Sammy. Good boy. I like when you walk alongside me, Sam. All right. And we're back. Ow. I guess I don't need that nose. Hey, Sammy. Come on up here and hang out, bud. All right, so we are moving on to page 9. And we're making more shelves. More shelves. All right, so we're going to take D43, which is right here. We're going to leave it like that, peeled off some of the coloring. That sucks. All right, we're looking for B's now. B's, 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 B. And we are looking for B13. B13, which is inside this plate. There is a B13. So we can pop this plate out of here without damaging the wall. So it's supposed to come out. I'm not sure. I think that's part of the window. All right, so B13, we said was this one. Sorry. This shape. B13. BB13. I don't want to break this little delicate thing, but I want to get it out of its board here. Come on, sir. All right, so out of the gate, this B13 is going to go into D43's first slot here. There's no way that's going to happen. We're going to turn the board over because we're in the wrong, had the wrong setup. We had the wrong direction. It's going to go into that one, not that one, that one there. Okay. Okay. Now we need a B11, which is our prosperity cat. You know those little cats that were the arms kind kind of move like this. Little prosperity cats. Kind of like your hotoi. People think they're little Buddhas. The little round guy that sits in the doorway holding like a little dish or random stuff. People always say, oh, it's a Buddha. It's not a Buddha. It's a hotoi. It's a monk, Japanese monk. Little followers that follow Buddha. But this is a little prosperity cat. Let's see if I can get this thing to focus. You able to see that little guy? Okay. That little critter goes on in that little angled gap. Very reluctantly, but there it is. Meow. Konnichiwa. And we need a B14. 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 Here is a B14. I want to say it looks like a stack of books, but I may be incorrect. I don't know what it is. Could be fireworks. I don't know. All right, so the B14 goes into the last slot. There. The peg here. Oh boy. I guess it's in there. Okay. And we have the space up there that stays and the pegs on the side. Okay. So what I just did was this here. Just add it there. Okay, now they want me to put that on a B15. Bingo! Ooh, what? Somebody got B15 and it made a bingo. Somebody just got a bingo. So we sunk a battleship about a half hour ago, and now we got a bingo. Okay, this is inside this wall, so I'm gonna do my best to not break this. Woo. Okay, that's a B15. So we are going to take this little thing that we created, run it into these two slots. No, we're not. We are going to take and put it on top. Okay. We're going to do the previous one. Those two dinguses, those two pegs, will go into those two slots, the previous one. Okay. Or not. You're gonna make me file? Or are you gonna work? No, we're filing. Yeah, we're filing 100%. These are not fitting in. Okay. Let's try this again. There we go. There we go. Just had to file it down a little bit. Okay, now we're going to put this one on top, unless we got to file that one down. It's right there, under there. Oh, very reluctantly. Oh no! And we broke all of those. Awesome. Okay, that's what we get. Let's get our glue out. That's what we do. We break things. Let's follow this down. We break things. Okay. So I'm going to let that thing dry over there. We need a C16, which is right here. We need a D35, big old boy right over here. D35. You know what's upside down. Okay, this D35. Circle side to the left. 2 pegs are going to go into this spot here. We hope. We're good. Okay, good. We're good. Okay. All right. So placed that like so, and created that. Unfortunately, I broke the 2 gizmos there, so I had to glue them back together. Then we stuck that onto this piece. We added this shelf onto there to create this. And then we started a new shelf, which is this. And now we're going to flip the page. Okay, now we're going to connect those things to a wall. So we're going to go back to this wall right here from a few steps ago. And we are going to connect. I have to move this aside, sir. I'm sorry. We're going to take this little shelving system that we built, and we're going to plug it on into, so that right there is going to go into there, we hope. That one just stuck on there perfectly, like so. Okay, so that looks like it's a back room. That's now a back room. There's the curtain. Oh, like I have to go get something out of the back room, even though it goes nowhere. To go into the back room here, I'll be right back. Disappear into that vortex. Okay, now we're going to take a wall that we created previously with these pegs here, connected to these here, I hope. So let's turn it upside down. Oh boy. Okay. That's good. So we now put our wall on here. So this is, God knows who could get into that counter. You have to go through the back room, I guess, to get to that counter. Okay, so that was fairly easy. So this is the process I went through. this piece here. Okay. So now we're done with that page. We're moving on. Okay, we're adding another wall. So, not that wall. We're looking for that one. Where is it? Oh, it's this. It's this. We're taking the whole piece here and we are connecting this thing that we made in here. Very tricky looking. This is not going to be easy. Those pieces that are glued on there have already fallen off. Oh, okay, they fell down. They're still there, but they've fallen down. Okay, and then the little shelf that we made is going down at the bottom here. Where does it go? Under here. Very strange. Why this is not connected. Why would you not connect this? That doesn't make any sense at all. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run some glue on here because this makes no sense in my brain. Why they wouldn't connect this thing together. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't connect it because it's like, you see, it's already fallen apart. Doesn't make any sense. Has nothing to connect onto. Okay, so what I did was this. Get that shape down there. But I'm gluing those things together because they're not sitting right now. Granted, when we put it onto the floor, everything should fit together, but still nonetheless, I glued it together. Let's give it a little base here. Okay, so now we're going to put an E4, which is this roof ceiling piece. Like so. So this is going to go onto this side here. This peg right here is going to go into this slot right there. There we go. So ceiling, this thing is falling apart. Into your spot. Ceiling. Once you put all the walls and stuff together, it should hold. So all I did was put that piece on top there, right into that gizmo to look like that. which basically is this right here. This thing is just dangling there. Okay, we're flipping the page. On to page 12. Okay, now we're going to take this front window stuff here and we're going to connect it with the slots here and here onto these pegs here and there. Try to fit everything inside here. Try not to break anything. Okay, so all I did was take that face, place it onto there to get this, which is this. Okay, we're finished with that page. Moving on. Okay, so we're taking an A5. Which is here. This grid looking thing. And we're taking that and we're going to place it into these little slots right here and right there. Don't fall apart, please. Oh, please don't fall apart. Does not want to connect. Not at all. Okay, so we're doing some filing. Oh boy. Trying to hold this stuff together so it doesn't fall apart. And that roof is going to fall apart, so let's try to hold it this way. Try again to hold these together. Try to get that peg back in there. Wow, you do not want to fit. That's fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Oh, I just felt everything crunch. No. We gotta do it again. It just refuses. I don't understand. All right, I'm gonna do what I don't want to do, but I have to do it. I'm gonna bust this piece out that's just way too wide. We know that the other pigs fit, but this one right here will not. Go on. That's when you just have to modify things. And we can always put a bead of glue in there. Normally there would be a peg right there, but I can't get it to work, so it is no longer part of the kit. Okay, so we need a D3. Which is right here. And that is going to rest on these pegs right here. Hopefully we can get them on there without breaking anything. Or do we have to file? Nope, we have to file. Son of a bitch. You know, it's only a 1 star on this thing. They need to change that to a 3 or 4 star. This is a very challenging puzzle, as majority of the parts do not fit. But again, the reason why it don't fit is it probably warped from wherever it came from. This part's already coming out. Does not want to connect. So we're going to probably chop off that peg as well if it doesn't connect here, because I really don't want to break this. No. One side goes down, no problem. This one just does not want to go in. I can see it. The peg is just way too wide for the gap. You've got to file it down. Oh, Lord. Whew. Got it on there. This guy doesn't want to stay. Okay. B12. Here's B12. B12, if we don't break this one, I hope. This one goes on the front of this, into that slot, cross your fingers and toes. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with this little side right here. It was made too thick. Busting it off, gluing the other thing down, the ceiling down to it. There's just no point on trying it. It's going to break if you try forcing it. They made the peg way too big for the spot that it's supposed to go in. So if you don't like the gap, then you can make something. Try to put it in there. This one's got a little color on it. So I put that peg in there, just a piece of flashing in there just to give it some color. Hopefully this thing will glue down. Okay, so that's all the crap we did up there. To build that, flipping the page, we'll put some ceiling tiles on. So D1 and D2, which are right here. D1 and D2. So let's go with D1 first. Okay, so D1. Pop out the piece of flashing right there. So D1, assuming I'm just going to file because I already know these things are not going to fit. Save me the trouble. So I had to do it on this other kit over there. I had to file these down as well because they would not fit. It's just poor quality control. And again, like I said, we don't know the temperature or if water had gotten, in when they shipped these from China to America, so. Okay. Nope. Yeah, zero fitment, like I said. Absolutely zero fitment. Same with the other one. It is, the struggle is real, folks. You can see right out of the gate, this peg right here is completely the wrong size for that slot. Oh boy, painful. Okay. You're lucky you're cute, little house on the prairie. Okay. So we put these two little roof gizmos on. So now it looks like we're going to put the middle piece in that will get rid of that gap. So we're going to need A2 times 2. Just here. and A7, which is here. So we're going to connect the peg into the end. Peg into the end. Okay. Which is right here. Flipping the page, and it just wants us to set it right on top here. There is a slot for it. Well, wouldn't you know it? It's not fitting. What if we flip it over and see if it fits? Out. Okay. Well, very difficultly, we put that on there. Had to flip it over a couple of times to see if it would fit. Didn't want to cooperate very well, but I think we got it in here the best I can. I think what I would do, it's supposed to be black on top of here. I'd either, we'll do this. Grab our Sharpie, paint it black. I saw a red room and I want it painted black. I used my Sharpie and I made it all turn black. There it is, it's all turned black with my little Sharpie. I do it to all the edges, keep the blue on because it's bluey. Cute. Okay. Next page. And we're building some more boxes. Okie dokie pokey. So we need a B5. Ow. Ow. Okay, so we need a B5, which is right here. Two B5s. Two B5s. There are our two B5s. We're taking all this yellow boxes stuff out here. These B6 and B7 as well. Yes. So we'll take this B5 and put it this way. This B5, put it this way. A B6 and a B7. This B6 this way. This B7 this way. Okay, and then a D39, which is here. Okay, that goes, so we go like so. Then we take this guy, put him in here like so. There's a crate of fish. A crate of fish, like it just got delivered. Oh! Let's try this again. Come on. I have butterfingers. Okay, so we took little box. All right, so now it's on the D27, which is right here. We face it this way. It looks like two Space Invaders. Two Space Invaders here. We take a C8. C8, it's upside down though. C8. And we take that C8, this peg here, into this slot here. We combine them. A C7, which is here. Box of something. This little peg here. Connect that onto this back slot. Squish. And we take C6. This little peg. Connect it onto that little slot. And then we take the C9, which is here. Again, this piece is upside down, like little rice balls. So this peg, and put it into that slot right there. Okay. So then we take B10, so two sides to B10. These guys right here. Okay. And these are the handles, so they will go here. Very warped. Very, very warped. Then we take a D33. And we put it into that slot right there. Not a chance. I see it goes the other way. Like so. The instructions show it differently. Very confusing. But it sits underneath here, not on top of here. It sits underneath. And a D37. And then this one again will sit underneath. Oh, I just broke everything. Okay, cool. Now we got to start over again. Okay. Let's try this again. The slot's not fitting. So we're going to cut this thing out a little wider so that this piece can fit in here. Let's try it again. Because that's, sometimes you're just going to have to improvise. You take an hour just on one piece. A little piece you're probably not even going to see. That's fine. That's where perfection comes in. I gotta glue this thing together. It just will not stay. Take some of this other flashing here and make something. Make some kind of brace. I will make it look like a box. Bam. Well, it's trying to make this little box right here, but none of the parts want to fit together, so I had to basically improvise and make it, glue it, even though it doesn't show glue in here. But these parts were not going to fit together under no circumstances. So, you know, it's the same thing that happened with the stools. When the stools broke immediately, I had to glue them back together as well. There's things are so delicate. The parts are so small and so delicate. Sometimes you just got to improvise. So I did that on the first kit. The kit that I built the other day, the flag broke immediately. So I took a piece of flashing and I built this brace and I glued this flag as best as I could back together. Things we have to do for perfection. Okay, so now we're going to build the ground. So we're going to take C18. Take it out of this piece here, hopefully without breaking it. Orientation is this way. So we need a C19, which is here. C19, there's the 20s on the bottom, 19s on the top, so we'll try to get the first one out. Okay, C19 goes right here. Okay, you have these little gaps that will go for the outside of the sidewalk. Okay, so that was here. The C20. Fit this side here. Okay. C14, C14 and 15. We'll go with the 14 first. So you see it has these pegs that will snap onto those other little spots. So we have this here, the slot. slot on either side. So let's try to get this in here. Hopefully there isn't a ton of warping. So we just stop. Nope. Okay, and the 15. The opposite side, same thing. Slots. Pegs. Put it into the corner first. Get to the center. And then the last corner. All right, sidewalks in. Okay. So what we did was we put the C15. We started with this one here. That one there. This one here. This one here. And we got this sidewalk. Flipping the page. Page 17. Now we're going to start putting the interior in. So first things first, it wants the fish tank from step 3. Here's the fish tank. Fish tank is going to go into that first slot right there with that peg. Okay, no it's not. I feel that it's probably going to fall out, so I'm going to glue it in there. Okay, the other thing that we did from part 10, same thing. This one is going into this second slot here. Then the stools. Okay, the stools are going into this 2 slots here. Do the same thing, glue these down. Doesn't say it needs glue, but I don't trust it. Okay. So now it wants us to put the entire building so here. Okay, do the same thing. If you ever wanted to put LED lights in here, you could pop the rooftops off. And put LED lights in. The floor, I'm cementing down. This is the trickiest part, making sure everything fits. Nothing breaks. The trickiest part. Always got to be one. Always with the negative ways, Moriarty. Always got to be one. There we go. Okay. We are into 3 hours right now. Okay, so that was gluing all 4 of those pegs down into that slot there. Flipping the page. So let's go to the front. Okay, now we're going to take this box, glue him down to that first slot, or not glue him down. Let's see if he'll place in there. There's the peg. Let's see if he'll place. Okay, squished in there. All right, let's see. The box that we made over here goes into the second slot. I don't trust it for a second. I feel it's going to snap as soon as I get near it. Pieces all falling out. Perfect. Okay. So then we have an A15 with E2s. All right, so we need the E2s, which are the dinguses, which are here. The little pegs. So we need 3 of these. These are always a pain in the ass. Okay, so they got to go butt side down. So I guess we're going to be putting some stepping stones here with these little pegs. Let's put the flash on so you can see what I'm doing here. And they don't want to fit, of course. So we got to modify these little squares. So we can make these stupid things fit. So again, most likely I'm going to end up just gluing the things down and not using the pegs because they obviously are super tricky. Okay, I'm going to that crap out of there. Get this garbage out of here. You deserve no pegs. So I'm just going to glue these stones down, straight down, not even waste my time with the pegs because they're not going to fit. They're too warped. So let's go and look. I'm looking for A's. Okay. So we have 15, 16, and 17. So 17 will pop out first. 17. Get our glue. 17 is going to go right here. Ooh. I guess that's all the glue. Okay. 17. How do you face? Face that way. $17, $16. Number 15. Okay, so I just glue them straight down in there. Little stepping stones. Meow. Meow. Hi, Sammy. Can you tell everyone to like, share, comment, and subscribe to @RealTalkChimp? Is that a yes or no? Sam? There you go. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. You heard it straight from Sammy's mouth. And Sammy would know, because he is the king kitty. We're looking for B9. Here is B9. Okay, B9 goes into, let's turn the flash back on. Goes into this slot right here. Okay, and then A11. A11, which is this flagpole. Please don't break. Please don't break. Okay, that one. The peg goes into that little slot right there. It sits kind of at an angle. Oh. Like so. And guess what, folks? We have completed. So we placed all these things in, these boxes, stepping stones, a little sign, the flag. Turn the flash off. Some of the stuff I glued in. There is your complete Fukuoka Fukuoka Mentaiko Kitchen. Completed. With Sammy's approval, of course. There it is. The front page where we started. There's no way you're going to finish this kit in a half hour. You can speed run it all you want. Pre-cut and pre-file every single piece, I guess. Otherwise, it's going to take you 3 hours to build this thing. Because it took me 3 hours to build this thing. 3 hours to build this critter. Let's turn the flashy McFlasher tin on. It does not have an LED light in it. Little box falling down. Let's put the box back down. Sassy little fish tank. Our kitty cat. A little storefront here. If you have maybe some ABS plastic or PVC, you could make a little windows here, but I think that's supposed to be an open shelf. This is the back side. Looking at the oars and the fishing pole and the baskets of fish and the little safety thing. We're going to assume that this is sitting on a bay. But you know what? Sitting on a dock of a bay. We're going to the internet. We're gonna look up this exact place so you can believe me. I'm gonna get a copyright strike. There's gonna be a copyright. And Taiko Kitchen. No. And here we go. If you'd like to go to the actual place, Ganzo Hakata Mentaiko Nishikasu. There's the little kit we made, sitting on the little bay there. The little instructions. The real thing. Yummy. Yummy. Oh yeah, see, now I'm hungry. I don't even know what it is and I'm hungry for it. I don't even care. I just want to eat it. Now we go over to Fukuoka, Japan. We go there. Hi, domo arigato. It's a real thing. But you would never know. Oh, there's those little things right there. Yummy. Crazy how things are real, huh? It's crazy how things are real. You know what's crazier? That Real Talk Chimp is actually a YouTube channel. See? Real Talk Chimp. Live streaming. Crazy, right? You know? The first episode that we did where we built that little guy right there, that got 1,200 views, but no subscribers. Isn't that weird? But you need to visit our playlists because we've got games, comedy, we got painting, we got all kinds of stuff in our playlist. You know that 96.8% of our live streamers, of our viewers are not even subscribed. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? How is that possible? I provide you with nothing but nonsense. Complete chaos and shenaniganry. And yet you're not subscribed. Nor are you sharing at Real Talk Chimp with your friends and family. You should be doing that, at the very least. So you don't want to subscribe? Get your friends and family on over here. Get them to subscribe. I guarantee if Grandma subscribes, the next time you guys go to the zoo, nobody, I will call all the primates and I will tell them nobody touches Grandma. Nobody throws poop at Grandma. I will tell the orangutans not to throw poop at Grandma. Got to get them to subscribe. We're only looking for 5,000 subscribers before the end of time. It's called a deboxing. A deboxing. We did the unboxing. Emma, go to your home. Go to your home. There it is. Completed. Whew. It's crazy that we made 2 of these things so far. 2 of these little critters. 2 of these little restaurants. Who would have thunk? We still got 2 more to go. 2 more full kits to go. More restaurants. If there was some way to make this in an hour, I would have done all 4 in one day. But there's clearly so much filing, gluing, things you have to do to make this thing work. And yeah, there's a lot you need to do. So, as we put all our tools away, we get ready for another day. We ask you to like, share, comment, and subscribe to @RealTalkChimp. I am Ricky. You see Michael in my videos and other people. This is the channel. We're just the people behind the channel. Thank you for joining me as I live stream this building from start to finish. This Fukuoka Mentaiko Kitchen. And if I mispronounce that, I apologize. I am not Japanese, nor do I play a Japanese person on TV. I only do what I can do. So I want to thank AdGame122 for stopping by, Jaws T for hanging out with us, the lovely Snow Owl as well hanging out for us, and Rabbit Chimp 805 moderating. Thank you for all for joining. Thank you for the likes. And until next time, like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Peace and chicken grease, everyone. Thank you very much for watching.